The reproduction of this content is not allowed without the express written consent of EBH Fitness LLC.
Dr. Timothy Hoover, and we're taking it to the house. I'm going solo for the time being, waiting on our co-host to join us, but you know how it is in this day and age. If you don't have internet, you have nothing, right? So we're just waiting on him to come in, and I'll proceed without. My first take, we need to congratulate the NCAA men and women. So last week we had the championships, and so the UConn men and the LSU women. Salute. Congratulations. You guys did the doggone thing. And so right now for the next year, you can be called champions. A lot of controversy, especially with the ladies. And man, forget about the noise. Women and athletes are going to talk. You're going to talk. So leave that alone. Can't we just appreciate and enjoy the game? There's going to be back and forth banter. There's going to be some talking, people are going to be talking at the side of their neck. That's okay. That's all in competition. As long as we're not vulgar, violent, or really disrupting the game itself. Enjoy the game. I don't want to believe that it's a black and white thing. And y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're in the news, Caitlin Clark, white girl who talks a lot of trash, probably the best female basketball player, and some are saying the best basketball player in the nation, probably in the world. And then you got your LSU girl, pointing to her finger and talking that talk. That's okay. Who happens to be black? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay, leave it alone. LSU, you're the champions. You deserve to be champions, and all that other side chatter. Let it be. As long as you're at the top, people will talk about you. UConn didn't surprise a lot of people. However, the men, UConn against San Diego State. Now, you want to talk about a Cinderella story. San Diego State. Who saw that coming? I have some people in my family that attended the fine schools, San Diego State, and I know they were somewhat disappointed because you get that far, you want to win, but they did not win. However, they showed and played hard and played with their heart, very respectable. I will tell you, what I was looking at in the game was how built the Aztecs were for San Diego. Looked like they stepped off the football field to play basketball. So I want to say to their training staff over there, those guys are built for the duration, but came up short in the big dance. Congratulations for showing up all the same. UConn with just deeper, better bench. They made more shots than you did. So congratulations to UConn. Again, congratulations to the LSU Lady Tigers for winning and the championship. I want to cut to the Masters just for a little bit because I'm not a golf head. I'm not a golf head like that. I only tune in for Tiger, and that's about it. So Saturday, Sunday, I'm looking for him with his traditional red on and going up the 18th green and getting ready to tip the crowd because he's going to win. But on this Masters, it wasn't Tiger. You limped. On Saturday, Sunday, you made the cut. Thank goodness you made the cut, but you may as well not have. Maybe took a spot from somebody else. I don't know how it all works. I hate seeing my professionals, my stars, limp through the last part of their career. And that's what you're doing. So you're still feeling the effects of the car accident, which happened a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, 18 holes for 4 days especially the masters, the hills, the terrain, and the drive, the torque that you put on your body, your ankle, your legs. Wow, you're asking a lot. But what I will say, because of the medicine and the science behind everything and your recovery, and you did not lose your leg, wow, it is remarkable. So who am I to say you can't play, you shouldn't play? It's hard to see. It's at the same time, you're remarkable to see you playing the game that you love, what you brought so much attention to. And so, I salute you for giving it the try, but I just, you're that guy when it comes to golfing. You're that guy. You're elite status. I just hate seeing you. Remind me of Willie Mays, the Joe Namaths, man. Their last few years, just a shadow of yourselves, and I hate seeing it. That's just me. Just hate seeing it. Football. What are you guys going to do, Ravens? Okay. You signed OBJ, but you still don't have a quarterback right now. On this show, we talked about Lamar Jackson as the QB. You guys should have signed years ago. It should not have gone this far, but you still don't have a quarterback signed. The whole offense is geared around Lamar. You get OBJ. The assumption is Lamar's going to be there. They would have he would not have signed OBJ if Lamar wasn't going to be the quarterback. That's an assumption. He hasn't signed on the dotted line just yet. So I like the signing of OBJ. I like what he brings, as long as he just keeps it on the field, doesn't bring the attitude. But attitude is okay. You just want a little bit of that roughneck kind of receiver or player. Yeah, whether it's basketball, football, or baseball, you do want that guy. But I'd like to think that OBJ is going to be a valued asset, but I want to know who's going to be throwing him the ball. So Ravens, did you bring the cart before the horse? I don't know. Sign Lamar. Sign him yesterday, because they're going to have to get synced up. They're going to have to go to OTAs together. They need to go get preseason. They just need reps together. I'm not talking about what they may do on their own, but Lamar, sign. Get the best deal for you. They're not going to go 5 years for you on a contract. You may get 3, you may get 4. Bet on yourself again. Sign the franchise contract. The best situation, in my opinion, is you stay home. You know them. They know you. And there's the offensive coordinator, the coaching staff, you know the players, and they just gave you a Christmas gift. Stay with the Ravens and get out the news. You're making too much noise. I love this time of the year because my favorite sport is the NBA, and we're in the playoffs right now, the play-in games. Okay, so tonight we got Miami against Atlanta for the 7th, 8th seed, playing for the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. Excuse me. And we also have in the Western Conference tonight, we got the Timberwolves against the Lakers. I just want to stay right there right now, just for a few minutes. Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert. On your last game of the season, you really want to punch a teammate to jeopardize your season? Maybe even your career. I don't know how. Well, the team suspended him for punching his own teammate on the sidelines the last game of the season. So they suspended him, and he won't be available for this play-in game tonight against the Lakers. All hands on deck. You need Rudy Gobert because he is a shot blocker. He is a rim protector. And you're going to stop people from driving the lane. Well, without you, you got Cat, and they got another. No, as a matter of fact, their backup center is gone. And then you got a wing player, McDaniels, who punched the wall because he got his foul, and he breaks his hand. So the Timberwolves, I said earlier, the Lakers will play whoever, you play whoever's in front of you. The Lakers are going to play the Timberwolves, and they're not fully assembled. Do I feel sorry for them? No, I don't feel sorry for them. What I'm trying to say is, professionals, please act and be professional. You know how many little kids are out there watching y'all? Do you know how many kids are out there watching y'all? Heck, I'm the biggest kid. but you can't. They say it happens all the time, whether you're squabbling, arguing, confrontational, but you cannot do Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. You can't do it. Just can't do it. So you guys lose, Gobert, it's going to be pinned on you. Yeah, you're not out of the play-in because you'll play again against the winner of the Pelicans and OKC in the West. But that's just not how you want to be fully assembled at your strength, at your strongest, to be able to go against whoever the opponent is. In this case, it's the Lakers. Okay, so the Lakers are playing pretty good ball. That's my team. I'm representing them well. I'm unapologetic Laker fan, but I'm going to be fair. We talked about it here before. I do like what Rob Pelinka, which is the general manager for the Lakers, I like what he's done. Ham, rookie coach. I like what he's done. But right now, none of that matters. You got to win tonight. Lakers, you got to win tonight. You do not want to subject yourself to another game, potential injury. Win tonight, and then you can play the Memphis Grizzlies. So that's what we want to do. A lot of talk about the MVP. We've discussed it on here. You got between Giannis, Jokic, and then you got the Embiid. Well, I don't know if any of those are wrong. Honestly, I watch a lot of basketball guys, and I don't know who of those three really stand out. So if you want to talk about the best player in the league, man, it has to be Giannis, but he didn't play enough games, nor did he. It was inconsistent this year. So the most consistent person this year was probably Embiid. Jokic probably took himself out of the running. The Denver Nuggets probably helped him come out of the running because later in the season they weren't as good. The 76ers, pretty consistent, but Milwaukee, that's where you would argue for Giannis, is because he's playing on the best team right now with the best record. And so of those three, you don't give a lifetime achievement award. And so Embiid has been the runner-up the last 2 years. Jokic has won it the last 2 years. I still think Giannis is the best player, but Embiid will probably win it. Did I muddy the water anymore? I probably did. But who is your MVP? We want to hear from you. So hit us up on Facebook or any of our feeds. Tweet to us. Let us know what you think. And we're going to break. Be right back. We're going to stay in the NBA because I had a couple questions. Now, a lot of in the West, the Western Conference I'm talking about, the Dubs, man, really had a tough year, especially on the road. And they are now the 6th seed. They will be playing against Sacramento. I'm really interested in that, and here's why. Mike Brown was last year on the Dubs sideline. Now he's the head coach of the Sacramento Kings. So that is going to be interesting because I think, well, you need to know who Mike Brown was. He was the defensive coordinator. He was a defensive coach for the reigning champs. Now he's the coach for the Kings, who can't play defense. And he's going to be able to tell their players how to play against the Dubs. Okay, we're talking about the Golden State Warriors. So I'm going to be really interested in that matchup. I'm going to watch all the games, but I'm interested in that matchup for that storyline. The old coach against his old team, against a team, the Kings, who are third in the West. Nobody saw that coming. Who are respectable, playing offense out of their mind, but don't play a lick of defense. And for all that hard work this year, you get a chance to play the first round against the Golden State Warriors. Interesting. So is it a road game, which again, on the road, the Dubs haven't done very well. The Warriors haven't done very well all season long. But heck, you're only going to Sacramento. What is that, 45-minute bus ride? What is that? But it's still the old days, the Arco Arena. Man, those fans were crazy. You can YouTube it. Look back on those Lakers and Sacramento King games. Man, the cowbell's ringing. And it's been 16 years since they've been in the playoffs. So it's going to be a raucous crowd. It's going to be on and popping. So the Dubs, you're going to have your hands full because of that old coach, because of the crowd, and you haven't done very well. But the heart of a champion, Rudy Tomjanovich said it best. You can never underestimate the heart of a champion. You still got that championship DNA. You got Curry, you got Thompson, you got Green, you got Curry, you got Poole, inconsistent Poole. You got Peyton, who can play defense and get on Fox, just wear him down. Fox is very good. They just know how to play. So are they older? Yes, they are older. But they know what it takes at this time of the year. My question to you, will they repeat? They're the only team that can. Can they get from the 6th seed and go to the Western Conference Finals? I believe they can. I believe everybody is sore, hurting, limping into the playoffs. I believe everybody, after an 82-game season, I believe everybody a little dinged up. But the Warriors, after the Lakers, they are my second team. I don't fear Denver. I don't. You're the number 1 seed in the West. I don't fear it. Matter of fact, I wish we were the 8th seed so we can play you. That's okay. We will beat you like we did in the bubble. Jokic, the only all-star, the only threat to me, yeah, you got Jamal Murray, but you really don't have a bench. You don't have any go-to players. And so these first-round matchups are going to be very, very interesting. Whoever comes out of the 7th and 8th seed playing against Memphis and Denver can beat Memphis or Denver because Memphis is hurt. They've lost a couple of their players. Adams, who hasn't played. Their backup center, who hasn't played, who's out for the season. So going to be very, very interesting. I think the number 1 and number 2 seeds for the West are susceptible. Next week we'll talk about the East, but this week we're going to stay West centric. Clippers are formidable, but with Paul George hurt and they're the 5th seed, they're going up against Phoenix. Phoenix needs to be mentioned because you got Kevin Durant, you got Chris Paul, you got Durantula, you got Booker. Yeah, you can score, but can you stop anybody? So how far will that take you? In the playoffs, the game slows down quite a bit. So the Suns are respectable because they can score on either a wing. Durant could post you up. Booker could post you up. Depends on the size of the guard that they have, and they're prolific scorers. And right now, CP3, because other teams are doubling either Booker or Durant, Chris Paul is wide open, and he's knocking down his three. So you got to pick your poison. And don't forget, you got Ayton in the middle. So on offense, very formidable. Going against the Clippers. The Clippers are still good, but without Paul George, I don't think they're good enough. However, I give a slight edge to the Phoenix Suns in that particular matchup. 7th and 8th seeds, like I said, the play-in is going on. It's still going to be decided. The West is a mess, but I love it because of the 8, any one of them can represent the Western Conference. Does that mean we're dominant? No. Is there parity? Yes. We're one ankle twist away from you being out of the playoffs altogether, whether you're the Lakers, the Suns, OKC, and New Orleans, Zion. Let's stay there just for a minute. Wow. What you would have been with him. And you guys have been hurt, man, all year long. I almost feel sorry for you because you guys had so much going on. You even got Alvarado, who's not even being able to suit up, which is your little engine that could coming off the bench. And so beating OKC is going to be very, very hard because OKC is long. They're young. They're very athletic. And they don't know better. They really don't know better. So interesting to see this Western Conference tip off tonight. You got like I said, you got the Lakers and you got the Timberwolves tonight for the play-in. And then for the East, I'll just talk about the play-in, but we'll break down the East playoffs next week. You got Miami and Atlanta. Atlanta being on the road, I watched the game a little bit before we tuned in tonight, and Atlanta was taking their lunch. So I don't know which Atlanta team is really going to show up in the playoffs, and I don't know Miami. You haven't done well to me all year, as well as you've done last year. So, yeah, I dropped something. So we'll see how that shakes out. We'll talk some more about that next week. I'm going to my final take. 3, 2, 1. I just want to say thank you all for tuning in again, our friends and our family, our loved ones, wherever you are. Thank you for being loyal. Thank you for listening. We do want to know what's going on in your sports world today. My last take. Well, gun control. I don't have an answer. I don't have a solution. But every morning I wake up and I'm hearing another school shooting or a mass shooting, and it hurts my heart. And I will start where I can. In the home, parents, please secure your guns. Okay, our kids should not have an opportunity to get to them. I'm not talking about the adults who legally purchase. I'm not talking about every crazy person that's out there. I just know a kid, a 6-year-old in Virginia, should not be shooting his teacher, and they're going to prosecute the mother. I get all that. We need to teach gun safety. We need to talk about respect of the gun and pulling the trigger. I wish we could do better as a people. That's what I want. But let's start where we can. Secure your guns, lock them up. I understand using your gun if you feel threatened. I do. I don't own a gun, but I know everybody should have a right to bear arms to protect themselves. I get that. But to go out on a killing spree, I don't understand it. I don't have the mind of that person, and I won't try to understand it. What I think about is the loss of life, innocence, whether they're children or coworkers. It hurts me to my core. I'm praying for this nation. I'm praying for those across the world who feel that's the only answer that they have is to pick up a gun and to shoot somebody else. I'm praying for you, your soul. I'm praying for your spirit. May God enter into your life and that you find, your way out of the darkness and into the light. That's another episode of Taking It to the House, and I'm signing out.